They're chasing a legal kill.
Overnight, newly released evidence shedding light on the October 4th shooting of U.S. citizen Marimar Martinez by federal agent Charles Exum. Body cameras belonging to other agents in the vehicle with Exum, who was driving and didn't have his body cam on, showing the moments leading up to the shooting.
The government claims she rammed Border Patrol agents with her vehicle before an agent shot her 5 times. But the new body cam video shows the agent turned his steering wheel towards Marimar Martinez and that he was congratulated for excellent service after shooting her. This is indefensible, chat. If you haven't seen this, let's take a look.
Cameras on. This is newly released.
By the way, notice how he goes cameras on. That's another thing that is really frustrating about the body camera conversation, is though like the body cameras are something that these guys are at odds with. They're not. That's a fucking lie. Any kind of like reform in the body camera position is not actually moving the conversation to a place that we need to move it to. They're just using that as a way to just give modest reforms, or the idea of modest reforms. The guy that shot Renee Good literally was filming himself with his phone camera. It's awesome. What's next? Oh, at least he could use both hands when he murders other people like Renee Good next time, because the body camera will do the filming process for him.
Body camera video. A team of 3 Border Patrol agents is driving through a Southside Chicago neighborhood. 2 have guns drawn. Marimar Martinez, an American citizen and school teacher, is driving next to them, honking her horn, warning people to the presence of federal immigration enforcement.
Like, this image should be posterized everywhere as a somber reminder for those who are oblivious that when ICE is around you in your neighborhoods and whatnot, they got their fingers on the trigger and they're in the car with their gear and their weapons, okay?
Another vehicle is behind the agents, also honking the horn.
All right, it's time to get aggressive and get the out, because they're trying to box us in.
It all happens in seconds.
All right, we're fine.
See something there? You see that? Do you notice something there? They lied and said Martinez was the one who actually rammed into the ICE car as a terrorist.
It all happens in seconds.
These tactical dipshits are straight up running around acting like they're in Sicario. It's time to get aggressive. It's time to get kinetic with them. The people that they're getting kinetic with are American citizens, by the way.
All right, we're fine now. All right, out of the car.
Be advised, we've been struck. We've been struck.
Martinez was shot 5 times and survived. In this surveillance video, you can see the front of the agent's SUV come to a stop. 4 seconds later, Martinez's silver Nissan drives off, she says, fearing for her life. The Department of Homeland Security was quick to accuse her of attacking federal law enforcement, saying Border Patrol agents were, quote, ambushed by domestic terrorists that rammed federal agents with their vehicles. FBI Director Kash Patel.
Yeah, it turns out, once again, I'm going to show you. Look.
Enforcement.
Another
vehicle
bitch.
is behind the agents, also honking the horn.
All right, it's time to get aggressive and get the out, because they're trying to box us in.
It all happens in seconds.
Look. You see that? You see that?
It's time to get aggressive and get the out, because they're trying to box us in.
It all happens in seconds.
ICE rams into her car and then shoots into her car, dude.
She says, fearing for her life. The Department of Homeland Security was quick to accuse her of attacking federal law enforcement, saying Border Patrol agents were, quote,
what do you mean? See what? Can you explain what is happening? He's swerving into her car, ramming her car. He says, we got to get like active. They're trying to box us in. Ridiculous. Swerves into her car to ram into her car and then subsequently get out of their vehicle and shoot her. You see it in the video.
Ambushed by domestic...
We need to get aggressive. Sorry, it doesn't say active. He even says we need to get aggressive.
Terrorists that rammed federal agents with their vehicles. FBI Director Kash Patel posted on social media about the incident, quote, attack our law enforcement and this FBI will find you and bring you to justice. The post also included a link to video of a car ramming, but it had no connection to Martinez's case. And the body camera video tells a different story. In the lead up to the collision, you hear agents say they are going to collide with Martinez.
We're going to make contact and we're boxed in.
And just before the moment of impact, it's Agent Charles Exum who sharply turns his steering wheel in the direction of Martinez. Proof, according to her attorney, that they hit her vehicle, not the other way around. And as for the claim of being boxed in, this surveillance video calls that comment into question, with nothing in the path ahead of the border agent's vehicle. The court also released text messages and emails from after the shooting, including one message from Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino, just hours after the incident, offering to delay the retirement of Agent Exum, who shot Martinez.
Good afternoon. I'd like to extend an offer to you to extend your retirement beyond age 57. This will be your second extension, and we'd like to consider this if feasible. In light of your excellent service in Chicago, you have much yet left to do. Joe, would you have staff work with Mr. Exum to accomplish this most illustrative endeavor? Thank you.
In light of your excellent service in Chicago, you have much left to do. And then a text message exchange between Agent Exum and someone whose name was redacted. Are they supportive? Someone asked. Big time. Everyone has been, including Chief Bovino, Chief Banks, Secretary Noem, and El Jefe himself. In various texts to and from fellow agents.
You need to understand, by the way, some of these guys are other like law enforcement officers from different branches too. They know what to say when the body cameras are on. That's why it's important when they go, oh, cams are on, by the way. So they can try to create plausible deniability or try to create reasonable grounds for the court case that will come up after. They're chasing a legal kill. Just understand that, which is why I keep repeating, like the body camera, the body camera situation is not actually the reform that you think is going to solve this problem. They have full control over when the body cameras are turned on. They have full control over what to release and what not to release. There's plenty of instances where for as many successful cases of prosecution against bad cops that like accidentally turn on the body camera, forgetting that the cameras can actually record the 30 seconds prior to you turning on the body camera and whatnot.
Baltimore police are investigating video that appears to show an officer planting evidence in a drug case. He places a can in a trash-filled lot, seemingly unaware his body camera is recording. Moments later, he retrieves the can, which contained a bag of white capsules. Prosecutors have now dropped charges against the man arrested for drugs.
There are a million different instances where they actually use the body camera to their advantage to make it seem as though they actually had reasonable fear for their own safety. That is what they're doing in this circumstance when they say, oh, they're trying to box us in, regardless of the additional evidence that you can see with your own two eyes that they weren't getting boxed in at all, to make it seem like there is no reasonable grounds for this kind of violent escalation. They will lie. They'll say we've been struck. They will make it seem like someone shot them. Yeah, it seems like the agent who was recording was trying to cover the body cam with his weapon, but missed the fact that the high FOV of the cam was showing Exum through the trigger guard of the gun. Yeah, like it's only fortunate that we actually see the wheel, like the wheel steering in the direction of the car. Like he was trying to cover it up and it didn't work.
Mood was celebratory. Good job, brother. You are a legend among agents. You better effing know that. Beer's on me when I see you at training. That's awesome. You did real good. Damn it, man. Good shooting. The day after the shooting, Martinez was indicted. According to the complaint, she, quote, forcibly assaulted, resisted, opposed, impeded, intimidated, and interfered with an officer of the United States. After her attorney viewed the body camera footage and other evidence emerged that undermined the government's version of events, prosecutors made an extraordinary move and asked the judge to drop their own case. The judge agreed, but not long after, she told me the shooting still haunts her.
I don't want to remember that day. You're laying there at night and you're just thinking about it, like, what's gonna happen? Like, it's really emotional to me. So it's like, it's hard for me to talk about it, but I'm trying.
And that's part of why Martinez pushed to get all of this information out.
Dude, anytime there's footage of these animals, by the way, you get to see their mentality, like gracias, hitting them with this fucking bitch, all this stuff. It is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, like the way that they operate. They're animals.
Because she believed it allows people to have a greater understanding of how agents might react after something like this, no matter the city, and to further clear her name, because the Department of Homeland Security has never retracted its accusations against Martinez, even after the case was dropped. Now, the shooting agent, Charles Exum, Customs and Border Protection, said he's been placed on what was described as routine administrative leave pending further investigation. Anderson.
It's wild to me. Are we watching the same video? This is CNN parroting a lawsuit complaint for the sake of getting an emotional exclusive interview to rile up their 53 viewers. They should drop the charade and hire a reporter as co-counsel. Once again, CNN demonstrates complete aversion to the truth. Border Patrol, dude, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't deal with this dude. I like, they are actively designing a world where the truth doesn't matter. There's no consensus reality. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say about it, you know? I appreciate the response, but the agent himself testified he wouldn't consider this a ramming, and this is also his vehicle in the highlighted circle at the time of the shooting. Do you assess this as boxed in? Like, what are you debate lording? You're the Department of Homeland Security. This is the one where the cop joked about her having 5 bullet holes for her 7 holes. Yeah, ever wonder why on earth the Labor Department kept posting Nazi memes? Apparently, it's this guy, and now he's at the Department of Homeland Security. He raised alarms among colleagues at USDOL for social media posts that echoed white supremacists and neo-Nazis. So now he will handle social media for Department of Homeland Security.gov. A great scoop by Evan Gorlick for the New York Times on the 21-year-old behind all those weird memes on government accounts. The administration looked at all of his like white supremacist posting at the Department of Labor and thought, well, this would work better for our more white supremacist Department of Homeland Security.
Tell me how you define white identity and what you think is being erased about white identity.
Certain types of Anglo-derived culture that comes from our history.
Bro, why do they always look like this? Why do they always look like this? This is not the 21-year-old, I don't think. This is a different guy. There's many guys, right? This can't be the 21-year-old. You will never convince me that that guy is the 20. Yeah, Peyton Rollins is 21. That's a different guy. This is Mr. Jeremy Carl. I'm sure Peyton Rollins also looks like too. It's crazy. Don't give me this body fascism nonsense from the left, by the way. I'm sorry. From this day on, body fascism just means you have the worst body if you are a fascist. Hasan, this is eugenics. No shot, man. I've seen far too many motherfuckers that look like this that are like, we are the master race. Bitch, you are the master bait. What the are you talking about? The master race my ass. I swear to God, hate makes you rot from within and it just comes out in your outsides. This is the little 21-year-old Nazi who's now in charge of digital comms director at DHS, Peyton Rollins. There it is. It's crazy, man. It's so funny. These guys are constantly worried about declining white birth rates. And it's like, well, okay, well, don't look like that. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Look at like Bad Bunny and then look at you. Who do you think people are going to want to You could even the odds a little bit if you didn't have such a repulsive worldview. But let's be real. You ain't getting no pussy looking like that. And with the worst ideas of all time.
Did the federal government lie in a statement it made about a Chicago woman shot multiple times by Customs and Border?
The answer is yes, is always yes.
Patrol agent.
And today, attorneys for Marimar Martinez took the wraps off a trove of evidence they say proves it did. NBC5's Charlie Wojciechowski joining us from the newsroom with the details. Charlie, there's a lot of evidence to take a look at here.
There really is, Stephen. 3 body cam videos, more than 200 pages of photos and text. And you may remember that CBP Chief Craig Bavino, Homeland Security Director Kristi Noem were quick to label Martinez as a domestic terrorist. Weeks later, all the charges against her were dropped. Her attorneys say this evidence shows why.
We're going to make contact and we're boxed in.
We are boxed in.
Federal agents recorded on their own body camera video the day one of them shot Marimar Martinez 5 times.
We've been struck. We've been struck.
Now her attorneys have the permission of the courts to release this video and hundreds of pages of evidence that was to be used against her in court if the case had not been dismissed.
You got to see why it matters that people can actually see the real evidence as opposed to the false claims by our government. I mean, we live in a strange time right now where we cannot trust our federal government.
While she watched...
I mean, I don't know if it's a strange time. I mean, I get saying that because, like, you know, it gives you a stronger point here, but I don't know if it's a strange time.
Martinez's legal team laid out a series of statements made about her by the government.
They don't know whether Marimar is going to live or die, and he's being promoted. I mean, that's disgusting.
Now Martinez is planning to bring a civil suit against that officer and his supervisors, something that can be challenging when a federal agent is involved.
We can hold them accountable monetarily, and we'll be asking for damages in the tens of millions of dollars when we do get our day in court.
Martinez herself did not speak, only addressing one question about being afraid. I am not afraid of anyone, she said in Spanish. The only thing I fear is God.